Well, I want to welcome you to this Pinterest training about turning pinning on Pinterest into profits. So if you're looking for a free, powerful tool to attract clients and be able to grow your brand, then this is going to be a great training series for you. My name is Cheryl Stinchcomb, and I'm the author of Pinterest Marketing, and I'm the creator of Profit Pinning. And so I've spent a lot of time on Pinterest, and it's done amazing things for my business. But the training we're going to do today for you it's beyond beginners. So it's not going to be for someone that hasn't been on Pinterest or hasn't spent a lot of time. However, we're really going to cover some great material and being able to teach the different ways you can actually make money on Pinterest. But if you are looking for some of those beginner training and videos that I have or beginner articles, you can go to CherylStinchcomb.com and I have an entire Pinterest area that you can check out. So what are you going to learn today in the video? Well, I want to talk to you about how Pinterest can impact your business by driving more traffic to your website. I want to give you the most up-to-date branding techniques that are going to boost your SEO. We also have 11 simple ways to start earning money on Pinterest by the way you use your images and the way you pin. And then the secrets I want to share is how do you market physical products versus service products. There are so many people out there that they're in the service industry that they think they have nothing to offer on Pinterest and it won't work for them. But I'm going to show you today that it will work for any industry. So what if I could show you how to market your business on Pinterest and start making a profit in a short period of time without spending a dime on marketing? I mean, is this something that would be of value to you? Well, I've been working with many business owners and a lot of them ask me, why do you use Pinterest to market your business? So I think before we can move forward with any training, I need to tell you about the story that I went through and how in the world did I end up finding Pinterest for my business. Well, like most people, I was marketing my business on Facebook and I was spending hundreds of dollars on pay-per-click. Quite frankly, I really wasn't happy with return, especially when I looked at the amount I was spending on marketing on Facebook and then the lack of deposits in my bank account. So I don't know, can you relate to that at all? I know that many people and marketers and business owners are frustrated with Facebook and how they monitor and manage their Facebook pages and their advertising. So I had to go on the hunt for something and I came up with my social media wish list for me and my business. And the first thing, I needed to be able to not spend as much money on my marketing. I needed a new social media home where it wasn't saturated and I could establish myself as a leader. And then the other thing, we all need time, right? We never have enough time to get our things done. I needed to spend less time marketing and be able to have a higher return on my investment. And so after my search, my answer actually became Pinterest. And I want to tell you what happened to me within my first 3 months of using Pinterest. First of all, I had more followers and I gained more leads on Pinterest than I ever did on my Facebook page, and it didn't cost me a penny. My website traffic increased in those first 3 months by 84%. And then I knew it was working when I woke up one morning to see a $1,000 sale in my inbox. So I knew that I had to use Pinterest as my main focus for marketing. And so once all these great things started happening, other business owners really wanted to learn about how I did it, which is why I started putting this training together. I want you to take a look at yourself and let's do a self-evaluation just for fun about Pinterest. And as we go through these 8 things, I want you to grab a piece of paper, just number down from 1 to 8, and then just be honest with yourself. Put a Y for yes if you've done it, put an N for no, and we're just going to get started with some of the basics. So first of all, I have a Pinterest business profile. I verified my website on my business profile. I added a Pinterest follow button to my website. That is that little red button where if someone clicks it, they'll directly be able to follow you from your website and follow you in Pinterest. Number 4 is my profile description is rich with keywords. This just means in the About section when you talk about yourself, just like in most social media, are you using the keywords that really pertain to your business? Number 5 is I added the pin it button to images on my blog. Now if you don't know, the pin it button is something that's attached to your image. So when someone pins that picture or that image from your website onto their Pinterest account, it pulls that direct link. So anyone that clicks on that pin will be taken directly to your website. Number 6 is I connected my Pinterest account to other social media. On Pinterest, you have a couple options. You have Facebook and Twitter to connect it to. Number 7 is I pin at least 2 to 5 times per day. And number 8 is 80% of my pins link back to my website. So if you haven't done a lot of these beginner steps, I don't want you to worry, because we're going to cover so many great tactics and tips that's going to really help you get on the right track and start boosting the traffic to your website for your business. So currently, how many of you are marketing on Facebook? Well, I would imagine basically everyone at this point is using Facebook to market because it's the #1 social media network. And I market too. I would be crazy not to, right? But many business owners are surprised to learn that Facebook is not my #1 marketing strategy. So why in the world would I not use the #1 social media platform, Facebook, as my first choice for marketing my business? Well, I want to share some things about Pinterest that may surprise you, as they definitely surprised me when I first started looking into Pinterest. And because Facebook is so powerful and because everyone really knows how to utilize Facebook, I want to do a comparison. How popular and how powerful is Facebook versus Pinterest? So Facebook at this time has about over 900 million users. Now again, Pinterest is only a couple years old at this point in time, but they have over 10 million Facebook users are connected with Pinterest, and there's more coming board all the time. And they already have, 10 plus million users. So they're continuing to grow. Facebook, they're the most popular social media platform. However, Pinterest is the fastest growing. And it's the fastest growing social media site in history. Facebook, well, their revenue for the first quarter, and we're talking 2012, was over $1 billion. But here's the great thing about Pinterest is that they have a 400% month-to-month growth. So they are constantly increasing. Now, Facebook is the #1 for referral traffic, but however, Pinterest has surpassed Twitter and Google+, as well as the 2 giant search engines, Bing and Yahoo, as a source of referral traffic. And then Facebook is #2 for e-commerce sales. In fact, for Pinterest, the average is anywhere from 140 to 180. Your Facebook is the average of about $80. So it really is a lot higher than Facebook. Let's talk about why do people go to Pinterest? Well, here's what's really interesting. 70% of people versus 17%. 70% go to Pinterest to get inspiration on what to buy. 67%, it helps them to keep track or collect the things that they like. Typically, if someone likes something, they hold on to it. They're going to purchase it at a period of time. 67% go to Pinterest to be able to keep up with the latest trends, which means if you are not on Pinterest, people are searching for what's up and coming. And if you have that most up-to-date product or service, then you're missing out on sales if you aren't on Pinterest and promoting on Pinterest. Now here's some other interesting Pinterest facts. Pinterest generated over 400% more revenue per click as Twitter and 27% more than Facebook. 47% of U.S. online shoppers have made a purchase based on the recommendation of Pinterest. So people are going there looking for recommendations, and then they're actually purchasing items. And Shopify customers referred by Pinterest place an average order of $80 when compared to $40 for customers navigating for Facebook. So Shopify customers are spending twice as much when they're being referred by Pinterest. I don't know about, after hearing all this, are you excited about the possibilities for your business on Pinterest? I know that once I really dove in and started learning how it worked and I saw the results, I haven't gotten excited about any other social network than I have with Pinterest. So I really want to roll into some content. I want to give you some great ideas today and be able to show you how you can make business profits on Pinterest. But let's start with a little 101. Now, I don't want to insult anyone's intelligence, but just in case, maybe you're one of those people that you haven't really been on Pinterest. I have had business owners even call me and ask, well, I don't know how to pin. I don't know how to get my YouTube video on Pinterest. So even those little simple things, and they are already on it. So I just want to describe what Pinterest is just in case you aren't really familiar with it. Well, basically what you're looking at, this is my Pinterest profile. So Pinterest is a virtual pin board. It helps you organize and share interesting ideas that you find on the web. So the easiest explanation, it's like a physical bulletin board. Like if you had a bulletin board at home and you pin things on it of what you want to buy and did pictures, it's the same thing, but it's just electronically. When you take a look at this on my profile, what you're looking at on those names and those little boxes, those are boards. And all those little pictures are individual pins. And those pins will link back to certain areas of my website, whether it's an education of a blog article to be able to help people out, or if it's a product or a service that I'm selling. So I get this question all the time. Who should market on Pinterest? Because a lot of people say, I don't know how I can use Pinterest to grow my business. Let me give you a straight answer. If you offer your own products and services, then you need to be on Pinterest. If you are an affiliate marketer, online marketer, you're an entrepreneur, business owner, you're an author, you sell ebooks, you're a local business owner, or if you're selling things as a hobby, you need to be on Pinterest because that is where people are going for inspiration. And the more time they spend in inspiration, the more chance you have of gaining the sale. Marketing on Pinterest, I got to tell you, has never been easier. In fact, there are only 4 things that you need to have or to understand to be able to have success on Pinterest. So I want to break it down where it's nice and simple for you. So there's 4 different phases. The first one is optimize. Basically, all you have to know is how do you optimize your profile. You have to just, be able to create boards and pins and learn how to gain a following. In fact, in the training video series, I'm going to be able to give you a lot of those answers. It's going to teach you how to complete phase 1. Then phase 2 is attract. You need to be able to attract your customers through vibrant images, storytelling, and learn a little bit about infographics. And so one of the training videos that's going to be coming your way is going to teach you the marketing strategies of how do you select the images and how do you tell a story about your brand. So again, I'm going to teach you how to do phase 2. Phase 3 is connect. You've got to be able to connect with your customers. How do you do that? Well, through your blog articles. Maybe you're doing video. I'm going to teach you and talk to you about how do you run a contest or a promotion. So you want to be able to entice and connect with your customers. And then the last step was just promoting. What does that mean? Basically, you want to be able to promote in certain areas. So you want to build a list, and we are going to talk about today how important it is to be able to build a list, and I'm going to give you a couple pointers of how do you do that on Pinterest, email marketing, and then how do you do, product launches or start a new campaign on Pinterest. And so I'm really excited to be able to dive in and let's start talking about a few things on phase 1 about how do you optimize your Pinterest profile. Now please know there are 5 critical steps to optimize your profile on Pinterest, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on a lot of the basics today. Again, like I told you, we have more training videos coming your way and we are going to talk about this. Or you can go directly to my blog, which is CherylStinchcomb.com. There are a couple articles about how do you optimize your profile, and there's a video. So you can go directly to there and go ahead and start getting your training. So I do want to cover one thing when it comes to optimization, and this is the most important thing. In your profile, it's about your description. And the description's that little bitty area that's under my name, and you only have 160 characters. So you have to use them wisely. So you want to be clear on what you offer to your customers so that you would attract the right people. So you really want to make sure you're using those keywords that are great for your business. And also those keywords need to be something that's standard that people would search for on Google. A lot of times companies like to get a little fancy because they think it sounds cool, but they're getting lost in the search engines because it's not what your customers would type in. What I have is training program developer, informational products, and social media on mine. And so for me, those are my keywords that I'm going for. But again, you need to choose the right ones for your business. And then you also just make sure that you verify your website, because you want your website on there, and by verifying it, you're telling Pinterest that you own that website and it's a valid website. And that way you also don't have to enter your website into your description. You don't want to use up any of those characters out of your 160 because you want to be able to get as many keywords as you can in your description. So really that's the most important thing that you need to learn about optimization. But just one other pointer, a lot of people don't spend the time to really fill out their profile, and so you want to make sure it's completely done 100%. And again, you can go to my blog and be able to get all those 5 steps, and I'll actually show you how to do it in Pinterest. So this is really what I want to talk to you about today. And this section is so important in our training today. I'm going to talk to you about 11 ways to be able to make money on Pinterest through visual attraction. First of all, understand the goal of Pinterest. As you're pinning, you want 80% of your pins to link back to your websites. The reason why you want people to get out of Pinterest, otherwise they can't purchase, or otherwise they can't learn more about your company. So basically, you can link to just about anywhere from Pinterest, but you got to know there's certain links they don't like. So you can't use the bit.lys, you can't shorten links. They want the physical full web address for the article. Otherwise, they're going to flag it as spam, and it's not going to work. So one of the things we talked about, and I really wanted to share today, is, what's the difference between promoting on Pinterest if you have a physical product or if you have a service that you offer. And both ways, I've seen companies make mistakes. So I want to share those with you so that you don't make the same mistakes. And I want to show you the right way to be able to market. So let's start first if you have physical products. Well, the number one thing you want to do is you want to show your product in action. You're probably saying, what does that mean? Well, this is actually one of the biggest mistakes made on Pinterest. And what the mistake is, it's not showing the physical products in action. It's just showing the products as is. So here we've got a vacuum on the left, pillow in the middle, and a wedding dress on the right. The most important thing that you can do with your products is be able to show a difference in someone's life. How does it help them? They need to be able to see them using the product. So look how different it is when you take a child, because this is a child's toy. It's a Dyson's Kids vacuum. How different is that when you see a kid vacuuming versus the vacuum? Basically, if you didn't read the description, I just would have thought it was a normal vacuum. So there's a huge difference when you add the child. What about the pillow? Now this isn't the exact pillow, I couldn't find one, but look how different it looks, when you see it as a lifestyle, when it's being used. Wedding dress is totally impactful when you're able to see a wedding dress actually on the person. Now here's another thing. If your product or service solves a problem, then you just need to figure out how to portray that problem, which is going to bring us to number 2. If you can physically show how your product provides a solution, that is really more impactful than just advertising the product itself. So let's give you examples. This is just with Windex, an example for Windex, and the seat's really dirty. And so it's really showing if you use Windex and you scrub it, you're going to be able to get it clean. And obviously you need to be able to think about your own products that you have and how can you visually show those. Again, I'm just showing you a few examples that I found on Pinterest. Now here's a different way about solving a problem. This one is just a written one that's the advantages of drinking water. So, what are the solutions of drinking more water? And this is basically what it's giving you, but it's in text form instead. All right, the third thing is you need to make sure that you're offering coupons or discounts when you can. People are always looking for that, and it's really huge on Pinterest. So here's a few examples. You've got a 10% off on the left. There's something for Sephora, and then even Nordstrom. But here's the difference with the Nordstrom ad, is the Nordstrom half yearly sale, that is actually a board. So all of their sales, they actually categorize in a board itself, when the other two you're looking at are individual pins. So is there something during a time of the year that you can offer? Is it, do you need to build a board, or do you need to do a pin? But again, just take a look at what you can offer for coupons or discounts. All right, number 4, customer testimonials. And those are great for any business whatsoever, but I want to give you just a few examples. The one on the left, well, that's a video, obviously, of a customer testimonial that's going to play inside Pinterest. And then the one on the right is just a simple picture with the logo of a girl kissing the product. So on the Olivia's Solutions customer testimonials on the right-hand side, that's just a picture. So when someone clicks on it, it's going to take them back into their website, and it's going to take them to their recognition page, which has all of their testimonials that people can read. So those are a couple different ways that you can share customer testimonials on your Pinterest page. All right, number 5 is increase book sales. If you have a book that you want to sell, then go ahead and create a board. And you can create a board that literally talks about just your entire book. But what I did is I have a Pinterest marketing book. So I created a social media online bookstore, and I'm promoting other people's books as well as mine. So that way I'm, offering not just Pinterest training, but what if someone wants Twitter or Facebook? Well, it's all right there in one board for them, and they can pick and choose what's going to be best for them. Here is a different way that you can promote your book, is you can create vibrant images with a great quote or a helpful hint from your book. And then what you do is you link it to the sales page. Now I don't call these vibrant by any means, but they were a couple of examples that I found, and one on the left is from 50 Shades of Grey. I'm sure you've heard of that book. And the one on the right is Poison Diaries. But what you can do is, I had a Pinterest marketing book, and I'm going to show you how all that works. So one of the things you can do is, obviously the pin would link back to the website. But what if you were to give away a small section of your book that actually includes a hyperlink to the book sales that they download? So you can do a couple different ways. You're going to give a sample, so if they're not ready to purchase, they can see how valuable your book is, so they go back to purchase it, or they can click on it. And if they clicked on either of these images that I have on Pinterest in different areas, they're going to come to this page. Well, this is my sales page and my sample page. So it goes through what the book is going to cover, and on the right hand side you can see they can download the sample, or they can just buy for an immediate download. This is an ebook. It is not something that is published or has to be shipped. So another way you can increase your book sales is, what if you ran a contest just to give away a certain number? If you have a book that's really tied into the holidays, or a specific holiday for the year, what a great time to be able to run a contest and a giveaway, and then be able to collect people's names and be able to give away some of your books. And it helps you to get more exposure. And what's really important is, you don't have to publish a book, but all you have to do is put together an ebook, and then you can sell it through your blog or on Amazon. So if you're looking for a simpler way, that is one way that you can head, and anyone can put an ebook together. All you have to do is gather your information, you put it in a Word document, make it look pretty, and then you can link it and start selling away. So it doesn't have to be complicated. So if you have a great idea for a book, I just encourage you to go ahead and write it. So those are the ones we talked about when you're selling a physical product. I want to talk now about service-driven businesses, because it's a little bit more challenging, if not a lot more challenging, to demonstrate what you have to offer if it's a service, because it's not something you can physically hold on to and touch and feel. People love to see behind the scenes of a company. They want to know what's going on. They want to be in the know. And as women are, they're always wanting to know what's up and what's new and what's the new gossip. It's the same thing with business. They want to know what's going on. So show some pictures behind the scenes of your company and just tell stories about your business. So the one on the left, obviously it's a photography studio. And then the two on the right, well, that's Google space. So the middle one is the office space of Google in Athens. And then the one on the right is, I guess it's a new floor that they built. And so all of these pictures, they can link back directly to your website. Again, we talked about customer testimonials in the product section, but obviously they will really work in the service industry. And if you have a service, customer testimonials are huge, if not necessary. So you can do videos if you want, but I again wanted to give you another example. What if you took their picture, their quote, and then you had the logo of what it was? So for me, in my Pinterest training program, this is Liz, and it's, hey, these are real results people got. So this is, again, a different way that you can show testimonials. Number 8 is you really want to teach your customers how to do something. When people see something, they really want to know how to do that. So as long as it's not a trade secret, obviously you don't want to be sharing those, but maybe there's something you can do. Maybe you sell a certain style of cosmetics and you have like this one, a certain way that you put the makeup on that looks different than anything else. Well, you can do a tutorial or you can show them how to do it. What if you're a photographer and you just want to teach people, how do you take pictures in the snow? People are not going to stop going to photographers, but if you educate them on certain things and give them something of value, and then they want to get family photos, who do you think they're going to think of first? They're going to think about that local photographer that taught them how to take pictures in the snow, or how to take pictures in Christmas, or how to take pictures, action pictures. So you always want to be adding value. Here's another one, 5 tips for do-it-yourself bride. Maybe you're a wedding planner and you want to help give some tips. And maybe you give some tips, but they're going back to your website, and maybe you have a book that you're selling them. Maybe it's a timeline for a bride and all the things you have to do. So you're educating them on a little stuff, but you're not giving them everything. They're going to your website, and then they're seeing the full value, and maybe it's something that you're packaging and that you're offering for sale. Contests are great for both service and for products. The difference is if you're running the contest, you have to be giving away a service. So whatever that is, what are you going to be able to give them? Remember when I said earlier that you could literally link any pin on Pinterest to anywhere? Well, number 10 is, what about those affiliate programs and those shopping carts? You can link a pin or a product to Amazon, Etsy, eBay, ClickBank. Pinterest will accept those. Okay, I showed you this earlier. This is my board for my social media online bookstore. Now there's my Pinterest marketing book, but I told you I offered other ones, right? Here is a picture on the inside where there you can see the source. So all I did was create an Amazon Associates account. You do it for free, and then you are able to promote products on Pinterest that will link back, and so you actually can earn a commission on the sale. So let's say you sell jewelry, you make your own jewelry. Well, what if there's some stuff on Etsy, or maybe there's something on Amazon and they have an affiliate set up that's similar to your work? What if you could earn profit on someone else's work that's really popular, and that way you're bringing in more money so you can really focus on your own business and building that side of it. Number 11 is build your list. And I cannot stress enough that for you to really make money on any social media, you have to be able to build a list. You have to be able to connect with your customers, be able to email them, stay in touch with them, talk about your new products, educate them on who you are. You have to be able to build that relationship to earn their trust. People buy from businesses and people that they trust. So you want to make sure you're building a list. Now here's a couple ways that I have built a list on Pinterest. And again, these are just 2 examples. I have other things on there as well. And just get creative. What do you think that you can give away that's going to work for your business? So the best way to build your list is to give away something valuable. So on the left-hand side, I've got the Pinterest marketing book where they can download, and that took them to a capture page. The one on the right are the 75 marketing strategies to use to be able to promote your business on not just Pinterest, but Facebook as well. So look at the picture on the right-hand side. When someone clicks on that, and so you can look at the description, it says free download, tells them what they're getting, and then when they click on it, it's going to take them to my website. And this is, if you don't know, it's called a capture page or a landing page. And this is where people will enter in their name and their email address, and after they do, then they're going to get this free report that they can download and use for their business. Now, what do I do with those names and those emails? Well, I continue to email them. I know that if they downloaded this one particular download that has Facebook and Pinterest, I know they want to learn about social media. I know especially they want to learn about Facebook and Pinterest and possibly how to use it together. So once you know what their interest is and where their interest lies, you can continue to communicate exactly the things that they are looking for. So I hope those 11 things really gave you some ideas to think about, and think about what can you do on Pinterest to really start moving towards earning profits for your business. Now here's a question that I get asked a lot too. So what do you need to learn to succeed on Pinterest? Well, we talked about those 4 things earlier, did we not? The phase 1 was you need to learn how to optimize your profile and boards. That way you're increasing your website traffic and your sales. The second thing was attract. You want to learn who's your target market, what are they looking to purchase, and how do you attract more paying customers to your business. The third thing was connect. You need to learn the best way to market and connect to your followers so that your sales will continue to increase over a period of time. It's not about getting the sale right now, it's about building that relationship and being able to continue to get your customers to come back and frequent your products and to buy more often. The fourth one was promote. How do you promote your business through contests, promotions, and how do you build that list that you can continue to market to over time for free? So in our video training series, we've got a lot of more great training coming your way. You're going to learn how do you identify your target market on Pinterest, those 8 ways to be able to attract paying customers, because there's certain things you want to do on Pinterest and certain things you want to stay away from. You're going to learn strategies to be able to engage followers through images that will increase sales for your business. And all of these things, when you're using Pinterest, will be able to help you increase your sales over time. And we're really going to dive down into detail to really help you, give you some of the best training that's out there on Pinterest to be able to help you utilize what we taught you today. Those things that we're going to talk to you in your future videos are how do you do those things that help you earn the profits on Pinterest, those 11 ways that we taught today. Well, I want to thank you for spending time with us today. Again, my name is Cheryl Stinchcomb, and I'm the author of Pinterest Marketing, and I'm the creator of Profit Penning. And I want you to look forward to our future training videos. In fact, it will be in the subject line of Pinterest training video, and it's going to have the number for you. And there's going to be a series that's going to teach you all the things that you need to do to market your business on Pinterest and start earning profits. So I will see you on the next video, and you have a really great day. Bye-bye.